Where the is my niece? Where the is my niece?
Carla, where's the girls?
So why you were running? We've been chasing you for like 20 minutes.
People in one New Britain neighborhood looking for answers after police discover what they believe are human remains.
As for this investigation, police are being pretty tight-lipped, not offering many details, with many here wanting to know where the remains came from and just how long they've been there.
Today we're going to be in New Britain, Connecticut, where a terrifying discovery was made on October 9th, 2025. 30-year-old Victor Torres and his wife would be informed that his 12-year-old daughter from a previous relationship may have possibly been found unalive. The last time the father spoke with his daughter was on January 29, 2025, and that day was her 12th birthday. Over the past 9 months, Victor has tried desperately to see and get in contact with his daughter. However, she was living with her mother, who had full custody, and was keeping her away from the family. 29-year-old Carla Garcia is the mother to 3, and she is also the mother to 12-year-old Jacqueline Torres. Jacqueline, who's affectionately called Mimi, is her mother's oldest child, and her younger sister also belongs to Victor. Now, Carla's behavior over the past few months has been strange, to say the least. She would normally allow her 2 daughters to go visit their father and their stepmother, but then one day she blocked out her family, moved, didn't tell anyone where she lived, and if she did run into someone, she would lie and say that her daughter was at a friend's house. It became clear in October of 2025 why she didn't want no one to know where she lived, why she wasn't allowing her daughter to talk to anyone, and why she wasn't allowing Victor and his wife to see the kids anymore. Because 12-year-old Jacqueline was no longer with us, and no one had any idea, allegedly besides Carla's sister and our now baby daddy and the father to her son.
A New Britain neighborhood shaken and looking for answers after a container was discovered in the backyard of an abandoned home on Clark Street Wednesday. Inside, believed to be human remains.
Kind of scary to think that there was human remains right across the street from where me and my kids live.
While this house has been vacant for years, neighbors tell us that folks have been squatting here.
For many months, family have grown frustrated, not able to see or hear from 12-year-old Jacqueline and her little sister. However, over that time, no one had thought that something sinister had taken place, and they just thought that Carla was being selfish and didn't want the kids to be around anyone. But the story appeared to be way deeper than that, and it was more than just the mother being selfish all of a sudden. Something had went terribly wrong inside the home Carla shared with her boyfriend Jonathan. Because on Wednesday, October 8th, 2025, authorities were alerted to a property on 80 Clark Street where a large container was found in the backyard of an abandoned building. What they found inside of the container was definitely disturbing, and authorities realized they located human remains. By the very next day, the medical examiner's office had identified the remains, and they would quickly contact the next of kin. This is when Victor Torres got the disturbing news that his first child had been unalived. With so many people wanting answers and so many people asking questions, Victor would take to social media and write, "Yes, police confirmed it was my child. Yes, they admitted to me that both Carla and Jonathan are responsible for her demise, and in my eyes, everyone in her circle as well. And yes, DCF granted her full custody, knowing I was the better fit parent, and she never had a pot to piss on. No, they have not been arrested or charged after to admitting to everything and blaming each other. Yes, DCF allowed my other daughter to speak to Carla yesterday. Y'all just here for the news, and that's the problem with the world. Now let me be. I'm doing everything in my power to bring my other daughter home and to make sure they all pay." The news of his daughter not being here hit him like a ton of bricks, and it left the family devastated by what had taken place. According to close loved ones, Carla and Jonathan both had been taken down to the police station, and both were pointing the finger at each other. But even after the questioning, there was still no arrest, and rightfully so, the family became even more frustrated. Victor would also state on social media, "The fact that they are allowing her to visit the rest of the kids is sickening. Someone help me do something about this." The family would speak to the news and put a name to the remains that were found in the container because they wanted everyone to know that Mimi was loved and she was cared for, but somehow, someway, something tragic took place in her mother's care.
The victim is 12-year-old Jacqueline Torres. Her father confirmed that to Channel 3 this morning. And Jacqueline's father told us today that he hadn't seen or spoken to his daughter since at least January 29th, which was Jacqueline's 12th birthday. So her father fears that Jacqueline may have been dead potentially for several months. Now, of course, police will have to confirm that.
In the midst of everything unfolding, one of Jacqueline's loved ones was at the scene when they took Carla in for questioning, and it was obvious that she came for answers.
You running like you hiding something. Where the is my niece? Where the is my niece? Where the is my niece?
Carla, where's the girls?
Out of here, you deadbeat ass. You. Bitch. What?
Don't touch anything. Hang out here.
Sorry. That's my phone, I think. Oh no. Get her out the car. She was running. So why you were running? We've been chasing you for like 20 minutes. We've been chasing you for like 20 minutes.
No one in their wildest dreams would have ever thought that something like this would have taken place, because her father and her stepmother would have did everything in their power to get custody. As Victor stated, he was the better fit parent and tried to prove that before to the courts. However, they sided with the mom, and it turned out to be a fatal decision. Victor not only is a business owner, but his wife is a business owner, and they live a good life. And from everything that I gathered, his wife adores his 2 children by Carla, and she always looked at the 2 as her own. She would also often share the kids on her social media. In one post she wrote, "This water is thicker than any blood can ever be." And on Mother's Day of 2022, she wrote, "Today is Mother's Day, and I dedicate this day to them because they show me how to love and how to care. They opened a place in my heart I didn't know I had. I will protect and guide my angels. Thank you for showing me how to be selfless. And my moon and my star. You guys changed my life and changed me for the better. Thank you for calling me mom and holding that amazing title, Forever My Girls." So the love for Victor's children was there. And all across social media, loved ones have been sharing past memories of the 12 short years that they had with Mimi. How could Carla allegedly allow something like this to take place? Her own child that she birthed and brought into this world. Even without the official cause of her unaliving, it is obvious foul play had taken place because she was inside of a container in an abandoned home. And a mom is not just going to let her child go missing like that and not say anything. Well, at least a mom who really cares and loves their child. But it is obvious that something terrible took place and she tried to cover it up. There have been so many questions. Why didn't the school report anything? How long has she been missing? How long has she been unalive? As of right now, no one truly knows. Now, it's also being said by those close to the situation that Jonathan took his own life after being taken in for questioning. However, no official information has been released as of yet on that. But if he did, then that speaks volumes, and it shows guilt big time. Jacqueline was said to be so smart, talented, and funny, and with a big personality, and she lit up every room she walked in. Everyone should be completely outraged at what has taken place, and I hope that justice is served sooner than later. There's no way a 12-year-old child should be stuffed inside a container and left at an abandoned home like she meant nothing. Her life mattered, and she should still be here. She had family who loved her and cared for her, and she had a dad and stepmom who would have loved to have her with them full time. However, the family court system didn't allow that to happen, and now we have a 12-year-old girl who's forever gone, and that shouldn't be the case. If anyone has any additional information you can add to this case, you're asked to call the New Britain Police Detective Division at 860-826-3131. I don't know how her mom could live with herself and go to sleep at night knowing that her child was not at the home. This is a very tragic and sad story, and I hate that it ever had to happen. My thoughts and prayers truly go out to this family, and I pray that Victor and his wife are able to get justice and also get custody of his other daughter, who truly needs to be in a home where she is loved. There is no telling what she went through, what she knew, and that is just too much for any young child to have to go through. It truly makes my blood boil of what took place, and I really, really hurt for this family. Please let me know your thoughts. Also, don't forget to comment your prayers for this family in this difficult time, and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.